Hey guys, welcome to my channel Learn Tech. This is Sandeep Cole. I hope you all guys are doing good. So today's video which I am taking is on Remedy email engine. Sorry for my throat. And in today's video, what we will see, I will explain you like how Remedy email engine works and how are the basic functionalities of Remedy email engine, how they function. Also, with an example, we will see how we can debug and remedy email engine. So you know that in most of the applications we have BMC remedy email engine. We use it for sending the notification to end customers. Like when somebody has created a ticket, the notification is triggered to them through email. Similarly, there are cases where we create tickets using emails. So and now to give this functionality to the end customer, we also to maintain this email engine. So sometimes we will face issues and we have to troubleshoot it. So I will show you the basic configuration of email engine and how to troubleshoot issues in the email engine. So let's get started. So first of all, if you go to the BMC email engine, it has some multiple forms on which the data is stored to cater this. And also to get your notice, the BMC remedy itself does not have any email functionality. So we have to be clear on this. So what BMC has done, they have built a plugin or a code or underlining workflow which helps us to gather the data in a particular form, and from that form is the respect sorry, it's the respective email engine or email exchange server's responsibility to pull the data or to push the data into this form. So what Remedy will support us? Remedy will help us to configure that exchange details. It will pull the data from the exchange, and also it will send the data to the exchange. But ultimately, it's the exchange who is responsible for sending notifications to end customers and also getting the emails into the exchange. So this collaboration works like this. Remedy provides the information to exchange, gets information from the exchange. So I will show you how exactly it is. Now, if I go here, if you go to this administration form, there itself you can see this email engine configuration. If you go to this email tag, you will see this mailbox configuration, then email template, security, error logs, email configuration. So if I go here, now the first thing is before using the email engine, we have to configure it. So this is the form where we configure it. So if I click on this, it will take me here, which is this email engine configuration form. So email engine configuration form, it is basically there are two things. One is incoming email, another one is outgoing mail. So incoming email means when we are pulling the data into BMC remedy from outside. Outgoing email means when we are pushing the data from outside. So what you need to do is just if I click a new request here, you can give it a name, mailbox name. You can give any convenient name. Then for incoming, we use these are the protocols which BMC supports: POP3, IMF4, Mbox, and MAP. So we have to see which protocol our company supports and which protocol which our company is providing us. Based on that, we configure it. So what I have done, just for the example, I have configured it here. You can see I have configured one POP3. This is my whole email engine. So I'm using this Gmail. So Gmail has a POP3 functionality provided. So what I have done, I have configured it here. So I have given all the details: my username, password, my port, then the exchange server, which is pop.gmail.com. So in your case, it will be something else. So this is for incoming. Similarly, for outgoing, we also can do the same for outgoing. We can also do the same for outgoing, and we can do configuration here. We can configure the outgoing server here like this. So it will the protocols which are supported for outgoing are SMTP and MAPI. So you can provide your details, username, password. Then you can also mention your server IP or the host name for the exchange server. Then it will send the ticket. Sorry, it will send the notification using this particular email account. So this is how it is. Basically, you have to configure it. So once you configure it, let's take an example of this incoming. So for example, let me say no. Let's take an example of this incoming email. So I have configured this incoming email. Now how I will make sure that this is working or not? So what I need to do, once I configure this email engine, then what I need to do, I need to restart my email services. So in Windows it is here, you will have this here. If you go to Linux, you will have a process or email engine service running on Linux. So what you can do, you can directly go to the directory and you can kill that email service with the process ID. You can give the command kill -9 and the process ID, it will kill the email engine, and the monitor file will automatically bring it up. That means you have restarted. Okay, that is for the Linux. For Windows, you can directly go to the services tab and you can right click and you can stop it. Okay, then you can go here. This okay. Now let me show you what is this. This is, if I go to this directory, this is the directory where the log is stored for email address. So I will go to AR email and then the logs. So here this log is created. What I will do, I will delete this old log. Then I will start the email engine. So it will create a new log. Okay. Now there is one more thing before we go to see this log. Let me show you that also. Let me go here. So now there are some certain configurations for email engine. Maybe you will be seeing this poll interval, minutes, seconds one. What is this? So I will explain you that. So again we will go back here, administration, and there if you go to the there is a tab called central configuration. Just a minute. Yeah, this one. If I click on this central configuration, click on the central configuration, it will open up this tab. So from here what we can do, you can click here. There are multiple configurations for different operations. For us currently we are checking email, so we will go here, email daemon, and we will see this one. It is not showing us something. So guys, the configuration for email engine somehow I was not able to open it, but now it is here. So you can here make changes to the configuration of email engine. So in case now you want to debug your email engine, so this is the place where you can change the log level from severe to fine. So by default this is severe. If you put it to fine, then it will give you the exact details of the log. It will trace each and every activity happening in the email engine. So if it has other options also, if I go here, you can see there are different options also. So based on your requirement, you set it. Normally, we set it to severe so that it can only traverse, or it can only give us the major issues. But if you want to debug email engine, then you have to use this value. So I have set it. Now it is basically tracing my email engine. Earlier, I have shown you that I have created an email box. So now we will see whether it is fetching the emails or not. We will debug it. Uh, and one more thing before going to that, the configuration which we have here in email engine. Let me open that first. So let me go to the email engine. Let me open that. Just a minute. It is giving me I don't know why this. I'm getting this error. Just a minute. Search. Okay. So this is my configuration. So here this option of polling interval minutes, by default this is minutes. So by default this is set to 10, but now in case you want to put it to seconds, then that configuration also can be done here. So you can see this option is here. Polling interval units is minutes, so currently it is true. So in case you want to put it in for debugging purpose, you can set it to false. Then it will automatically check your email engine every seconds. Like it will consider this as the value here as seconds, not as minutes. Okay, let's move on to the debugging part. Now once you enable it, the log gets created and it goes here in the logs folder. Now if I open this, you can see, I think I have already opened it. Now I already opened this. So the email engine which I have configured, my LearnTech ID. So now I'm not able to. You can see it is traversing to start from the beginning. So here it started basically activating the service provider LearnTech, which is the email engine. Then it tried to connect it, but it is getting some errors. You can see here. If you see attempting to log into incoming email box 3 mailbox configuration, this one could not connect to email engine IP pop.gmail authentication failure. So by default, Gmail has Gmail cannot allow you to connect from a third party application unless and until you allow it. Sorry, unless and until you configure it or you enable it from Gmail. So that is why I'm getting this error here, because when it is trying to connect to the Gmail, it is getting an authentication failure because my I haven't enabled my Google account to connect from a third party app. Now what I will do, I will enable it. Let me go and enable it. Sorry, it is here. So I will enable it. Okay, now it is enabled. Let me go back. Okay, now let's do one thing. Let me stop this email engine. So these are the email engine services. I will stop it. I will delete this log and then I will again start it. Okay, let me close this also. Let me reopen this log. So it is now we are not getting any errors. So let's wait for some time. Currently, we're not getting any errors. So let me see if it is able to fetch the this emails. Let me open the AR email form. AR system email messages. Okay, let me perform a search. Okay, currently there isn't anything. I think I have to. There is an email in the email engine. What I will do, I will send an email to my email account, and then let's see if it is able to fetch it. In case it is not able to fetch it, we will get an error. So let me try this. So I'm just typing this email so that we will see it. Okay, just give me a. Okay, I have sent an email on my account. So let me see. First of all, let's see the configuration. If we have got any errors, let me close this and let me reopen it. Okay, now you can see we are able to connect to the system, and it has also, our log level is finer. So it is basically giving me details of each and everything, like this receiver module, then logging module. So logging module will tell you where it is trying to log into the email exchange box. Receiving module will tell you that it is fetching the emails. So I think the emails will be there in our form. So let me go there and see. Yeah, so here you can see the email. It has fetched one email from that my email account, and it has fetched it here into the system. So this is how exactly BMC remedy fetches the data from your email exchange into the system. Then internally we can have different type of operations performed on this. So we can create a ticket using the email, or we can do any other operation based on the requirements we have. But this was just a basic understanding of email engine, how it works, how we configure it, how it connects to the exchange server, and how we can fetch a data from the remedy system. Similarly, you can also configure an outgoing mailbox. In the configuration itself, you can create a new account. Then you can create an smtp account, or whatever account you have, like exchange account, in this in your configuration. Then you can send emails using the email engine. So I can do that also. So we can give it a try. So let me also give it a try. So let me say email outgoing, but it is just simple, same process as smtp dot com. Let me see the configuration for smtp configuration for Google. Smtp configuration for Gmail. So it is just to configure it. Okay, I'll show you. So we'll get this. What is the port? It is 587 smtp.gmail.com. It is okay. Let me copy these details. Go to the configuration. Okay, it is saying yes. It is 587 default port, and I will key in my email address. So I have keyed in my email address and password and my SMTP details. Let me set this to 1. Okay. Now I have both incoming and outgoing configuration. This is incoming, this is outgoing. So what I will do now, let me try to send a message. So this is my incoming. I will create a new request. Outgoing from, okay. So this is the email engine which is configured. So I will say from this, and I'll send it to my personal ID. This is test email, and then I will send it. So now you can see. So you can see we had also sent this. I had sent this testing email from another email address to this account. So that also is fetched here. So now it will fetch all the emails which are coming to this particular email account. Now this email, it is set as yes. So we have to wait for some time before it is processed, because it will try to. We can also check this in the log. Let me open the log. Or maybe I think we need to restart the email services. So it is better. Let's restart the email services and see. Okay, let me delete this. Just for our understanding, we will. I think this is being used. That's why I'm not able to delete it. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me stop. Yeah. So we have to stop the email engine services first, and then we will be able to delete it. Let me start the services. and then let's see that whether our email now this email which we have sent, so we will be able to see what will happen with this. Either it will send an email or we will get an error, because currently you can see send option is yes, so it will trigger it provided our configuration is correct, our email address is correct. So let me open this again. Okay, so it is, you can see here. Okay, now you can see there are two email boxes. One is waiting for provider email domain, which is outgoing email address, and the another one is incoming email. So it has configured now both email boxes, incoming and outgoing, and we can see them. Now it will activate both the models. So center module also has got activated. So you can see the center module has activated. So let me go back and see if the email was sent. I think we have to still wait for some time because it, and the configuration we had is 1 minute. So let's wait for that. You can also go here and to see the advanced options in email engine in case there are any errors, but they are not, it is not much needed. The debugging will tell you what is happening in the email engine. You will be able to identify it. And let's see if the log, what is happening here. Let me close this. Let me reopen it. Sending through email. Okay, now you can see because the log has set as fine, so it will show you all the activity happening in the email engine. So it is trying to sending email through email SMTP with subject this and this, setting the connection to be limited as illegal status, message ID, message sent failed. So message added again to the QID. Okay, there is some problem with the outgoing email again. So I think we cannot send this email because there is, it cannot connect to SMTP SMTP server on this particular port.